Hey guys, I'm Jillian, and this is the Stonery. We are here with Steven, the Tennessee Terp Farmer, and Simone, his wife,
How y'all doing?
and we're here to talk all things cannabis. So let's get into it. If you want to jump right into it,
Yeah, absolutely.
let's get into kind of your background. Like, what drew you to working with cannabis? Like, what made you start Tennessee Terp Farmer?
I mean, the brand once I got into actually growing for cannabis, it's like most people, at least most growers just dream about having like your own farm and just doing this for a living because I was never a green thumb person. We were talking about earlier. I got a D in greenhouse class. Like, I was not someone who cared about crop farming or anything like that. It wasn't really even when I was growing for cannabis, like earlier on when I was doing like hydro and cocoa stuff like that, and just bottle nutrients. I didn't really care about crop farming. It wasn't until I started organic farming where I was making my own nutrients. So that I started like actually caring more about farming. So like I've just never been someone that naturally was drawn to it, but I found that I was able to provide a living for myself.
Yeah.
And
well, and your product is amazing. Can I say, as somebody who's had several
I
jars,
appreciate it. I really do.
I will continue to buy and look for Tennessee Terp Farmer.
I really appreciate it.
And it sells out like everywhere. You know, I've seen it selling out at stores.
I've been fortunate to have a lot of support from the local community. A lot of people have been very, very supportive, and I've been happy to try to give back to the community as best I can. I like to do more for the community in the coming year, 2 years, as I get more settled. In the past, I've been moving from property to property, and it's been hard to do as much as I'd like to do because we have to keep the farm running, and where we're moving from farm to farm, we're having to literally restart and build a farm, like build a new farm site from scratch. And we're hoping that this year was the last year we have to do it for like 2 or 3 years. So with that, we'll be able to dedicate that time that we normally would spend to looking for a new house to move to and setting up new property. We can actually do more community driven events to actually give back and show our appreciation for all the support everyone's given us, because there's a lot of support. That's from the storefronts to just the local consumers like showing support to the other brands that I take inspiration from.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah, I can't thank everybody enough.
Like, how different was Tennessee from North Carolina, and kind of what made you make the transition here?
So what made me make the transition here was really just the laws. The way Tennessee just really just cracked down and just eliminated the THCA market. What really separates Tennessee and North Carolina is just um, the way they enforce the laws. Like Tennessee is a little bit ahead as far as like they have like, when I say ahead, it's just as far as like the way they structure their laws in some aspect. I'm not saying they're ahead by any means.
No, but hemp is kind of booming, especially in Nashville right now, you know?
Yeah, like my one hope I have for Tennessee, and I have no evidence of this.
Hi there, young people.
Archie, get down. I have no evidence of this, but I'm hoping Tennessee is cracking down on THCA with the intention of bringing on a medical and recreational program. Right. And for me, I like to play devil's avocado. I like to put myself in the other person's shoe as much as I possibly can, argue from their standpoint, just so I can get an idea of like maybe what their thinking is. Yeah. And the only reason why I could see them trying to get rid of an industry like the THCA industry, where it brought in, I don't know the exact number, but it brought in a lot. It brought in a lot of tax money for Tennessee. Yeah. The only reason why I would think they would get rid of it was with the intention of bringing in a recreational or medical program, because whenever you look at how much money a legalized state like Michigan, Colorado, California, Oregon, like all these other states bring in, it's the THCA like states are sitting at the kids' table when it comes to the amount of money that they're bringing in. Like it's still a lot of money, but it's pennies on the dollar compared to what a recreational state. So that if I'm a politician and I'm going to argue their standpoint, it makes sense to get rid of THCA if I'm going to bring in medical. But yes, like that's me without any evidence. That's what I would like. I'm holding hope. I'm holding hope that's what they're doing with the programs, because if they're not doing that, it makes no sense. Because they're literally killing jobs, killing tax money and the tax revenue that's coming into the state, because they just implemented, I want to say a little over a year ago. No, maybe it might have been 2 years ago, like wholesale taxes and stuff like that. Like so, they were actually making more money, like in these most recent years compared to like whenever the Delta 8 years. And I know that personally because I used to own a CBD Delta 8 dispensary. Before the THCA really blew up, it was the Delta 8, and that's when I got into the storefront before we found out
everything
actually what the Delta 8 is. Sorry, everybody, to contributing to that, but we live and learn.
Did it and you didn't know, like that's why we educate. That's why we get educated.
Yeah,
you know.
I genuinely thought that shit was all natural. I thought because there was people who were literally making it, and they were just lying about the process and how they were making it.
Well, it depends on how you Google it, right? Because if you Google it in a positive light, it's only going to show you positive information about Delta 8. But if you Google it negatively, you'll see everything that's bad about it. And most of that is true. And you got to like figure out which one's true. And that's so hard to do nowadays.
Yeah. So like,
it all depends on what you typed.
Very much. It's also like it's just a live and learn like sort of thing. Like it was such a new side of the industry as a way for these.
I mean, I smoked my fair share of Delta 8. Honestly, it was not great.
I think without the Delta 8, I don't think THCA would be where it's at right now.
I agree.
Because I remember whenever we opened up our CBD store, me and my business partner, we read over the laws. We're like, because we were going to get our doors kicked in, like all that sort of stuff. We were waiting. Like we were genuinely, because we weren't one of the first, but like we weren't like the first, but we were one of the first in our area. Like we actually were the first in Hampton, Tennessee, to open up a dispensary there. Besides, unless you count like a gas station, like there, because there was one gas station that had it.
I try not to.
But we were the first one there, and then Elizabeth, and I think we had like the second like actually big shop. And then we opened up one up in Irwin. I think we were like second or third. So like we had 3 stores around. So like, but we read over the laws whenever we first had one, and we like read as like there's THCA product and there's flower that's literally advertised as THCA. Is like we could legally sell it, but we at the time we would have been the only people selling it. We're like we're not risking that. Like we wouldn't want to be the people to be made the example of, so we just stuck to the Delta 8. We towed the line, like But yeah, so like we saw an opportunity for it, but we just didn't want to risk being the first one doing it.
Tennessee is kind of one of those stricter, or you would think,
a lot of their laws lean
Yeah,
towards.
they're very pro forma state, like 100%.
I was worried about North Carolina being that way too, because we've got our fair share of
North Carolina does, but what I like about Asheville is its own little bubble. Like this whole area. It's even like some more like rural like area like Mars Hill, Marshall, stuff like that. Like, I mean, you might have differing politics and like that, but it's like everyone just kind of keeps themselves like. But the Asheville area, I only spent a year out in California, and just the vibe I got from California, it's the closest thing you can get to that, like without the ocean, obviously.
Yeah.
Without like,
sadly, I'm dying being this far away from the ocean.
But
I grew up
California. So
but there's
the
food here is amazing. There's like a lot of like different cultures like that seem to like be finding their way here.
There's everything.
Art is a huge thing here. Music's a huge a lot of the big bands, or I want to say big bands, like the reggae bands that you only see like out in like the West Coast. They on their tours are always making their way through.
Yeah.
Revolution, the movements, tribal seeds. I mean, Fortunate Youth.
You got any concert tickets this year yet?
I haven't gone to shows in a while.
No.
I've been
here.
Yeah, yes. I've been so like focused on like the farm. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like whenever we went to like competitions
Time
and
for a
like
show.
vending events like Big Clouds up in Michigan, which that's one of the things I want to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's when we would go to shows. But
Yeah.
other than that, I've just been so focused on the farm.
Yeah.
Like especially like I said, moving from spot to spot to spot.
You got to make sure your plants are consistent and growing and producing. You know,
And usually it's
not flowing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Usually it's a lot of like playing catch up because we're having to build a whole new place, and while in that like the plants are in limbo. Sometimes the veg area isn't the most pristine area, so we're cramming a lot of plants because we're trying to keep genetics alive while we're moving, and it's not impossible. I mean, I'm sure people can do it more organized than I can, but I'm just not. I'm getting there.
You're doing great. I mean,
she helps
you've got
a lot.
plants in the ground. They look beautiful and healthy. You know, like
I appreciate
they're growing. You know,
but
we've got footage of it.
I mean, that's also the thing about like why I love growing organically. It's not rocket science.
Into it, and it shows in the product too.
And that's I appreciate it. I really do. But yeah, it's just that's why I also like for new growers, I try to steer them towards organics. Contrary to what people say, I think a new grower is more tailored. A new grow is more tailored to organic than hydro. It very much depends on your schedule and your daily life. But from my experience, a new grower, they're in their grow 4, 5, 6 times a day.
Well, you're anxious, right?
Yes, like they're excited. You invest that money into it. So the startup on a grow is usually like 1,000, 2,000, depending on how like high speed, low drag you want to go with it. It can be costly. So with that, you're also it's your first time doing it. Like you have big expectations at times. So, but you're in your grow all the time. That is favorable to organic growing because, like we were saying earlier when we were in the garden, organic growing you just need to be proactive thinking, not reactive. If you're reactive, you're always going to be fighting a losing battle because what you're seeing now, when you're amending your plant, unless you're getting it liquid nutrients, if you're getting like dry amendments, it takes like a week and a half, 2 weeks for those dry amendments to break down and become plant available. Because you can't just mix in dry amended nutrients and then the plants soak it up. It takes a little bit for them to break down.
Makes sense.
And so that's why I say you need to be a little bit proactive. So you need to think a little bit like, okay, my plants are going to be this week in flower. They're going to start swelling up. So let's give them a boost in nutrients 2 weeks ahead of time. So when they start swelling up, they have fresh nutrients to really start pumping up their swell. And that should never be a problem for someone who's in their grow, especially their first times, 4, 5, 6 times a day. Like, honestly, the biggest thing like a new grower needs, like I feel like needs to look out for is just overwatering, over caring, like doing too much to the plant because it's a weed. Just get your temperatures right, get your humidity right. If you're using high powered light inside or in a tent, use CO2. You'll see better results from that. But no, I think organic growing is just more favorable to a newer grower, just because the things that you need to be a good organic grower is being attentive, and newer growers are usually naturally very attentive. They're like, oh, my leaf is curling. What's this a sign of? Oh no, these leaves are falling off. What's happening here? I get new growers. They're asking me questions every single day. I'm like, calm down.
It's
leaves will die. Leaves will fall off. Like that naturally happens.
Yeah, trust the process.
Yes. Like so that's why I always steer new growers to go towards organics. But there's also some people I've met truck drivers who they're not at their house very often.
So they need that timer.
Sure. Like the timers are a little bit better. Going something with a little bit more tailored, like more structured feeding, where like it's maybe
just make sure you check on it.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
Like you were telling me of the dangers earlier.
Like I would say, like my saying is when you're growing like hydro with salt feedings, things like that, especially whenever you're trying to replicate companies like Jungle Boys or these big brand companies that are talking about these massive weights, like 3.5 pounds of light, 4 pounds. Like I'm hearing 4 pounds of light now, which is insane number. That's double what I quote myself. I quote myself 2 pounds of light.
Okay.
I say on a conservative side. I'm usually getting like 2.5, but I like to always under expect, so I'm not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you get surprised.
You don't get disappointed.
Happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But they're like, you got
Especially
companies
for business.
Yeah,
like,
you got some companies that, I mean, they got their operation is zeroed in, and they're getting some crazy numbers, but I look at that as they're redlining their plant. They're getting crazy EC numbers, which is their how much nutrients they're actually using in their water, and people try to replicate that unless you have a completely ironed out and dialed in operation. Your plant can go, like, when things go wrong, they go wrong fast. Whereas organic growing, I feel like you have a big buffer zone. It's a little bit more forgiving, especially with lack of watering, stuff like that. It's like I said, you're pouring like a savings. It's like you're building a savings account in your soil, and you're
investing.
Yeah, exactly.
So has growing in the soil here been similar to growing in Tennessee, or has it been different, or?
Well, so on this property, I'm down on that side of the property. She's dealing with great soil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, closer to the creek.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, she's dealing with great soil. Back where the plants where I'm dealing with, it's clay, and there are some plants that seem to do just fine, but there are some plants or one whole side of the yard where it seemed like the hard pan was very, very difficult for the plants to kind of bust through. And now they finally caught and they're pushing through, but they're not. I'm not seeing as fast of growth. I feel like, and it's not like I'm definitely able to water more. I'm definitely giving it more nutrients because they're literally right in my backyard.
Yeah. Well, you can just look out the window and be like, "How you doing?"
Yeah. So I'm able to attend to them a lot more, but they're definitely not growing as fast here. So I can't say for sure, but that's the soil.
What you're starting to notice.
It's because one of my spots was I'm getting way more sun here. I'm getting way more sun here than one of my spots. But I had plants that were blowing up so much faster outdoors. Yeah. These aren't doing bad. They're just I'm not seeing as fast a growth. Yeah. So next year I might make the holes a little bit bigger because I only made the holes probably big enough for like a 2-gallon pot. I put a 1-gallon pot in there with like a little bit of soil to grow into it. Because
we're also digging them by hand too, so it's a pain in the ass.
We'll shovel.
Dig.
Yeah. Not digging by hand, but dig
by hand. That's what these claws are for.
But yeah, so but no, North Carolina, again, knock on wood, we've been pretty fortunate with pests. Granted, I think that's just keeping healthy plants. When you start letting your plants get unhealthy, pests, it's like pests can see plants on a completely different frequency. What we're saying is they can pinpoint a weak plant just by I don't know if it's giving off a different scent or just something the way they look at the plant. But if you have a weak plant that's just struggling, the pests are going to be on it very quick.
I planted marigolds around and basil around all those ones.
Very true. I mean, there's some big marigold out there, so that's definitely helping with it. But yeah, so we've been pretty fortunate. Earlier when we were here, but that's also just because we were in the process of moving plants. Our first run here, that's in the freezer. The plants were stressed. We moved them from 3 different grows, and this was the third grow. And so it was just we had plants that were just not in the ideal shape, and so we had some spider mite issues earlier. But spider mites is a sort of pest that if you've been growing long enough, you've run across them. They're not hard to deal with as long as you're attentive. So I can usually eradicate a spider mite. I don't really have infestations, but I can eradicate spider mites from my garden a week and a half, 2 weeks tops. Yeah. And I just go scorched earth. I'll get a regimen and I'll spray every single day. I'll hit them with a new spray every single day, just so I drench the plants just so like if I miss one with this one or like I'm gonna catch it the next day,
absolutely.
and then like its larva like because there's some people who just get used to just finding one or two sprays at work and they just use those one or 2 and then they get complacent and they use the same spray over and over. And what happens? You literally get spider mites or different pests that become resilient.
I was worried.
Yeah, they become resilient, and then like you get super mites, and now they're like they'll bathe in their toxins. Like, oh yes, shower.
Yeah.
So like
this is dinner.
So that's why I'm hitting it with like I'll hit it with sulfur, and then I'll go through with the regalia. Regalia is more for like powdery mildew, but then I'll throw in like plant therapy, flying skull nukem, Dr. Zymes. I always add some. I said ibuprofen. I've been taking it because of my shoulder lately.
Yeah.
Hydrogen peroxide.
Oh yeah.
Because hydrogen peroxide helps weaken the pest's outer shell, and it helps whatever spray you're spraying get into their shell like a lot easier. It helps it be just more effective on them. So like I'll cycle through, like I said, like I have like 4. So I use Athena IPM and then Canna Control. So I have like 4 or 5 pest sprays, and I have like 2 things I spray for powdery mildew, and I'll just cycle through all of it for like 2 weeks, and just I haven't seen any infestation or any pests I've dealt with survive it. So
well, I mean, it sounds like nothing good, right? Like
no,
you really hit it with everything.
But the best way
that's the way I do things. I'm like, if it's upsetting, I need to find a way, every possible way.
But the main thing is just take care of it early. Take care of it early on when it's veg, because well, you don't want to spray any of that shit whenever you have your flower. My spraying stops when I'm about my 2nd week in the flower. Once I start seeing hairs pop out, I'm done.
Yeah.
Just because that's going to be product that's part of what you're smoking, those hairs and stuff like that, and I just don't. Not to mention, once the hairs start coming out and you start spraying, you can start getting the hairs on the plant start browning out, ambering out like sooner than they should, and so but yeah, this is good practice not to.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, dude.
I know these are long answers too.
No, you're answering like questions I haven't even asked yet, so we can like skip some. This is how it.
I'm not, like I said, I'm someone, I don't tiptoe over conversations. I just let the conversation free throw.
No, I love it, and you've got amazing information, and this is stuff that like I know my listeners have been dying to hear. A lot of people want to know exactly the products, the things you're doing, how you recommend they would start. I know you do a lot of education and stuff.
And I have it's a basic regimen. Like at times it may sound like a lot. I keep it simple. Like it's very, like I don't think growing is rocket science. Now, I mean, you can get way. Like I'm not.
You can make it rocket science.
Yeah, and you can get bigger results, bigger yields. You can probably. I'm not gonna sit there and say I'm the best grower. I'm not gonna sit there and say like I know more than anyone. I'm not. I'm a student always. I don't ever see myself being a master grower. It's just like maybe when I'm hit like 80, like something like that, and I've been around it long enough. But still, even then, the new generation is going to be coming out with some shit. So like, it's just I'm a student always.
I love that mindset though. Like that's the best way to learn as much as possible. Yeah. Right.
But honestly, that's what I also attribute to organic farming. Like it's just. It's not rocket science with organic farming. Like it grows naturally in nature. Just give it the bare essentials. Like, I don't know. It's not. If I can do it, like I said, I got a D in greenhouse class. I promise you, anyone can do it. Like I promise you.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, you'll definitely be my first call when I start growing.
Anything you need, more than happy to help.
Hell yeah. So what do you look for when you pick strains to grow?
For me, the most important thing for me is terps. I mean, I'm looking for something that washes well. I mean, I've found some strains that have incredible terps, but they're so greasy. I'll never be able to capture it just because I'll have to grow a plant 3, 4, 5 times the size of any other plant just to make it worth it, or else it's taking up all my space indoor. It's just so terps is the number one thing, but then like how it produces like in the hash, because right now I'm a hash rosin producer.
Right.
I'm looking to get back into flour, but I'm gonna kind of take my time with that. I'm in no rush to do that. Like I like sticking to a niche because I'm still a student with the hash growing. I'm getting into the full melt now a little bit more. Like I have the Melt Masters competition in New York. I think it's like November.
You said it was November like 3rd or 4th.
Early November, early to like mid-November. It's gonna be in New York. The Baked Taters company, they're the ones putting it on. Super good people. I can't say enough good things about them, but they're I think this is their second year they're doing it, and they're doing it in New York this year. So that's gonna be my first melt competition. So yeah.
So
like
when you say melt, what do you mean by
like full melt? So like
or...
I won't be pressing it into rosin form.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna stay. Well, it starts off in that sandy kind of like texture, but once it gets to room temperature, it literally melts, and it gets like it almost looks like a sugar, like a yeah. You know, like how the THCA crystals like crash, and like you get it's like a sugar shatter or like a sugar sauce or whatever.
Yeah.
It's almost like that kind of like consistency. So that's what like melt is like. I'm still very new to it.
I'm still learning all the terms.
I've never had a melt drop. I've never had a melt drop.
Okay.
I have a couple strains in my library that I feel like might be melt worthy, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna grow them out and see which one's the best. And
exciting.
It should be fun, but
hopefully you win. Fingers crossed.
Honestly, competitions like that, like where the competition pool is gonna be so deep, that's one of those competitions. Same thing with the main culture cup. That if I even break into the top 10, I'm gonna be walking around like I won the damn thing. Like yeah, like it's just
like that's an achievement.
Yeah, because like the way like if you're breaking to the top 10 in competition like that, your shit's fire. Like it may not be your terp profile. I don't care. It's still fire. Like there's no questions like about that, because genuinely it can all be dependent on who's there, who's competing, on who wins. Like or like because there's been some people I've seen crush it, kill it with a certain strain at one competition, and then compete with that same strain in another competition. It came from a different grower or a different run or different batch or whatever, and they get like 8th from it.
Yeah.
And it's not because it's trash. It's maybe that terp profile, maybe the people who judged it or whatever, they've smoked that terp profile a little bit more now since the first time they tried it. Whereas the first time it was a super unique profile. They hadn't really smoked a lot of it. So it becomes, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's biased, but you can't sit there and say like, unless if it's not first, it's trash or something like that. Like anyone like in competition like that, anyone in the top 10 is absolutely crushing it, because like I said, it all depends on who's. You might get some people who absolutely cannot stand Z or cannot stand citrus terps, and your citrus is amazing. So like you might get like 9th or whatever. Like it might be some of the best super booth walking out there, but because some people are as tired of super booth, it might get a lower rating. Or some people hate them on Z, it might get a lower rating. But usually, even if it gets a lower rating, as long as it's still fire, you're usually seeing get into the top 10. So that's why I say, like, if you're in the top 10, you're absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
Like, you should be walking around with your head held very, very high.
Absolutely. What got you into pressing rosin?
Honestly, the THCA.
Yeah.
The THCA industry. I was growing for flower, and I just got it got to the point to where everyone was buying on bag appeal, especially in like storefronts where like everyone, like all the shops were having flour. It got to the point to where the flour that was coming into these shops looked really good, but smoke it. Like it's cardboard terps. It super harsh. It wouldn't stay lit. Like unless you're continuously hitting the joint or the blunt, it would go out every other minute. So like having to compete with that quality, because I'm not a money person. I don't like once the business starts getting into the actual like money talks, the haggling. I just get uncomfortable. Like I'm a farmer. I like to keep everything relaxed, and money is the fastest way for relationships like that to go south. Yeah. So like I just. And I hate
rough.
I hate the fact that like every single time I went to do a sale to help pay my bills, I was literally having to haggle like, oh, I can get it for this price, for this price, and this and this and this, and like I understand it. I understand. Like I'm not throwing any hate on it, but it just became too much. I really like it. It made me uncomfortable. People, well, I mean, it showed.
Well, and your
true
stuff
colors.
Is good. Like it's not like you're trying to sell crappy product for an insane price. And you're selling quality
That's
stuff.
why I'm also excited about getting back into flour, because since I have my brand, no one's tried my flour. So I'm excited about like, again, I'm not sitting there saying, oh, no one's tried my flour, I'm about to shit on everybody. Like no, like, that's not what I'm saying at all.
You're just gonna bring more profiles to the table.
I'm genuinely excited about smoking my own flour again, because I haven't smoked my own flour. So like I said, we smoked some of last year's sun-grown, but that was the sun-grown flour that was not. I have standards with my dry and my cure.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot higher standards when when I sold flour, you didn't get my flour until it was off the plant for 2 months. That means that means it dried for 2 weeks and I cured it for a month and a half. And that is not happening often. And this the demand for flour is and I know this because I talk to people. And the biggest thing I hear is the dry cure. And that doesn't exist. The dry cure, you're literally putting 2 different processes and you're combining them in one. And that's not how it works.
Yeah.
The dry is one step, the cure is the next step. And what's happening is there's such a rush. There's such a high demand for flour right now. The shops want it. The reps want it.
We're selling it. Like,
and it's selling. Yeah, it's selling so fast. So like, I understand it. I completely understand. Like, oh, if you don't sell it to me, I'm just going to go down the road. I'm going to get it from this person. So
but that's like the circle of.
So it's making people make compromises on their quality, and there's some flour that's still great. It's still good smoking flour, but the people who are winning these competitions with the best smoke in the world, people who are competing in the proper smokes league, they're not competing with flour that was 3 weeks old. They're not, or that's been off the plant for 2 weeks and then was trimmed up and then there's there's some people who are getting high up in the bracket that have stuff that's like, I want to say like 4-month-old batches. It's fun. That doesn't sound good, but if you store, it's like wine. If you store it properly, it holds. If you store it in an airtight container, mason jar, or a proper cure bag, you have it in a proper, keep it in a dark room, keep it in a climate-controlled room where there's no heat spikes and stuff like that. You're going to have phenomenal flour 6 weeks in, or 6 months in, or 4 months in, where all the chlorophyll has had a chance to actually get out of that flour, dissipate. And what people, I feel like, underlook with the cure process is during that cure process, that flour is off-gassing. So all those terps are off-gassing. When you have that flour in a cure jar and it's off-gassing that entire time, that bud that's in that jar is sitting there and just festering and permeating in those off-gas terps. So that's when you get those rancid smelling bags. And they're not around too often anymore, just because the demand's so high. You get things that you crack the bag.
Most potent shit that we have at Kepi right now. Like that shit is like in your fucking face.
And it's just like that. Like, it's the mouse staining. And granted, it's very strain dependent.
Yeah.
Always, but that's the amount of flour that like literally stains my mouth like when I can remember like stains my mouth when I'm smoking it compared to whenever I was in California and smoking it, and that was just 2019, whatever. It's like a night and day difference. Like it's like it again. It's decent flower out here. Like people are still crushing it, but they're rushing that final process because it is smokable. The people will buy it.
And
they're still gonna be happy. Yeah. So they're like, fuck it. I got bills to pay. I don't want to lose this customer because playing devil's avocado, putting myself in their shoes, like you don't want to lose that business.
No, you gotta make the sale so they come back.
Because yeah, exactly. Because if you say no to that person and then they go down the street and then they talk to somebody else, I'm like, okay, well, what are you getting it for that price? Like, and they find out you're getting it for this certain price. I'm like, okay, well, I'll give it to you for cheaper, and I won't tell you no. I'll get like. You're gonna lose that business, like, or you might not get as much business. He might split that. Like, in some people, they want all that money. They like, no, don't go down the street. I got it all. I got it all. Get your entire drop from me. Some people are like that. They don't want other people. They don't want to miss out. And I'm not hating. I understand it. So, but because of that mentality, they're not saying no whenever something is dried and it's been 3 weeks and it's smoke ready. They don't care because they still know that is better than a lot of other BS that comes out of these mass like pushed facilities from out west.
Especially the sprayed stuff and
yes. So like again, like I'm not knocking anyone's game. I completely understand it, but I feel like it's harder to find really, really high quality flower. Like I say that, and some people are going to say I'm an idiot because there's so many more people doing it.
There's some good quality flowers, but I feel like personally you do have to find it. Like you have to look around and ask for it, and you can't show up at the chain dispensaries and expect great quality flower from a perfect example
I can say about this. So toad venom, everything about this toad venom and frog poison. I have no doubt the stuff that won the awards or whatever was absolutely next tier, blowing shit out of the water left and right. I have no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But now since that's got such a hype behind it, now anyone who's growing toad venom or frog poison, whether it's the right cut or not, because there's so many people are saying, "Oh, I got the right cut," and then the next person's like, "Oh, fuck him, he doesn't have the right cut," and next person saying, "Oh, he does have the like." No one can agree. I don't care if you have the right cut. If you're rushing that shit, you'll never get as good of a batch as the people who originally won the awards because they didn't rush anything. They were very confident and they did it right. They put money. These people who are putting 10, 20, 25 grand on the line at the Proper Smokes League, I guarantee you they're not rushing a single thing out of their facility. They're not going to, a lot of people, they're not going to tell you their process, but I guarantee you that's not 3-4 week old flower. I'm willing to bet money on that.
Yeah.
Take me up on it. Just because no one with the mindset, that's really, well, I don't say no one because there's some grimy people out there.
There's someone.
Yeah. There's someone that's going to make me lose my bet on that one. But like a lot of these people, they're egos. They're egos. Like the Proper Smokes League, some of these like bigger competitions, like the Billies, stuff like that, like the big flower competitions. There's egos attached to these brands. And like with that, like they know that they don't bring their best, they're going to get beat by somebody who's just chomping at the bit, trying to get their name. So a lot of these people, they bring their best, and their best is dried for 10 to 14 days and then cured for like I said, like 2 months. I'd be surprised if people are entering things in the Proper Smoke that's been only off the plant for a month. I'd be surprised.
When I had some friends in Massachusetts, her parents used to grow, and I think they dried for like 3 months. Does that sound right?
So not the dry, but maybe
the cure.
A lot of the OGs. Yeah. I a lot of old school people when I was out in California finding out like how because I grew 10 plants.
Yeah.
When I was in Tennessee, then I went out to California, so I was learning a bunch of information from these old heads, and they were saying a lot of them they put their stuff in barrels, and some of them bury it for 3 months or whatever. Yeah, but they would bury it for like 3-4 months and they'd pull it out.
Awesome.
And it was insane stuff. Not like they would dry it and then immediately bury it. Like they would like burp it for a little bit, and then once they were done with the burping phase, they would just bury it and just let that bud just fester. Like I said, like that's so overlooked, because all that is off gassing. And if you have a trapped container, those off gas terps are staying in there, and like that bud just festers, and that's when you get, like I said, that mouth staining flower that I feel like it's just not super prevalent.
Yeah,
like it's still out there, like 100% it's still out there, but I just don't see it as often.
Absolutely. Well, I'm dying to try your flower.
I can't wait. It's going to be a little bit, because like I said, I haven't even got the indoor room set up, and I said I don't let it go for at least 2 months.
Yeah,
so it's going to be.
How long, when you freeze your cannabis for pressing, how long does it sit in the freezers before you do that? I've heard some people say like they've had cannabis sit in the freezer for like years, and it's
you can, as long as you maintain. You don't want, if you're gonna have something in the ears, you don't want it to be at the bottom of your in the bag, because then it's just gonna get compressed and compressed and compressed.
Take care of that.
Me personally, I like to get it like 24 hours is all you need to get it frozen. And then so I like to wash it as soon as possible. This has been in the freezer now for 2.5, something like that. Just because we're waiting on the washroom.
Yeah.
And trust me, once the washroom is set up, we're immediately starting to wash. But
you've got stuff to do.
Yeah. But you realistically can keep your flower frozen for as long as you can. As long as if it's going to stay for a longer period of time, I recommend vacuum sealing it.
Okay.
Like just absolutely sealing it off, so you're not getting. But frostbite's a real thing, and you'll get frost buildup like in there. So
I just was talking to somebody. It was like a miracle that over the years it had stayed so good.
Yeah,
and like they never got frostbite, no nothing. It was in a vacuum seal pack. Like it was so wild.
Most people that I've talked to that like kept material stored,
it was
like that they didn't want to go all the way through the process. What they do is they wash it and then they keep it in hash.
Oh, okay.
And so that's a lot smaller version. So I know
it might have been.
So I was talking to the Real Cannabis Chris. Shout out the Real Cannabis Chris. He's a big name in the competition scene. He said that whenever, and he was talking about the coffee and donuts, whenever he literally has like a freezer. He has like he's almost described like a filing cabinet.
Oh my
where
gosh.
like he would literally have like a bunch of like strains that are washed to hash that aren't pressed yet. And he would have them like frozen, and he would go through and pick his selection. So
that's so cool.
I'm guessing like from the sound of it, he has it vacuum sealed up, and he could have stuff stored for like 4, 5, 6 months, like in the freezer. So like that's the more common way I hear about it, because also again it's less space. You're able to fit more in the freezer if you keep it in the hash form rather than the fresh frozen.
Yeah, the flour will definitely take up more space.
Yeah, a lot more. Awesome. That's also another reason why we use like the totes, the bins. A lot of people, they use like the turkey bags or the Ziploc bags, and I just don't like that, because when I'm putting the bag in the freezer, when I'm doing the Ziploc bags, I have to keep the bag open.
Yeah.
Because just like when it's hang drying, it's off gassing. So you want it to off gas while the bag's open, because if you seal the bag up and it off gases, what you're doing is you're creating a microclimate in your bag. And that off-gassing will turn into ice crystals, ice shards. And underneath the microscope, those ice shards are thousands of little needle heads.
Oh, that's
and they will actually poke a hole in your trichome head. And it will stay frozen.
Really?
Like the ice, like it will literally form like into like a needle head. And it will poke a hole through your frozen trichome head. But then when it hits the water, the ice shard dissolves, and now the hole in the trichome head's still there. So now now all your medicine leaks out into the water. Because you don't want your trichome head ever to get punctured or busted. You want it to. You think of it like a grape. Like you want to keep that very, very sensitive membrane, because if you poke a hole in a grape, all the oil oozes out. But so like with the totes, what I can do is what I do is I drill holes all on the side of it, so I can put all the material in there, close the lid on it, and so I can stack the bag. Because if I'm keeping the bag open when I'm using Ziploc bags, I can't stack another bag on top of it. It defeats the purpose of leaving the bag open.
Yeah.
So it takes longer to fill up a freezer because I'm having to literally let the entire bottom of the freezer freeze overnight before I can seal the bags up. So that's why I like using the totes. I can literally stack an entire freezer and everything can still off gas properly.
That's awesome.
I'm going to take a dab.
Yeah.
If that's
Last
okay.
year there was a lot of like kinks that got worked out as far as what do we need as far as
every year. Every year is a learning experience. Like it's
Oh,
that's why I say
I'm
I'm a student. I'm a student with it. Last year was my first year getting back into sun grown. And it was my first because I grew sun grown when I was out in California. I grew
that stuff is sun grown that I had just smell.
Do what?
That stuff is sun grown. The super lemon haze.
Oh, he crushed it on that.
He did. He really did.
Shout out to Firefly, right?
Yes, yeah. Firefly hemp. Yeah, he's been growing hemp since 2019. He said, like, insane amount of time.
He was one of the. That's why I love going to events because you meet new people.
Yeah.
And I had no idea there were so many people like in this Asheville cannabis community that I had no idea were.
Oh, and have been here forever, you know? It was, the events are really something to get out to. If you haven't, go to the next big event. It'll probably be held by one of the big dispensaries. I'm sure I will share about it. I'm sure you'll share about it.
Oh yeah, there's definitely more events coming in the future. We're planning on doing some. I said so.
Yeah, let's talk about events.
So once we can get like a little bit more like settled in, we're gonna start doing things that are called secret sesh, and the first one's just gonna be so these secret sesh will be invite only. Yeah. I'm not gonna be doing like ticket sales online, so it'll be purely invite only. So what we're gonna do with the first one is it's gonna be mainly just brands and figures in the cannabis, like podcasters, hash hole brands, because we got I know we got 2 hash hole brands that are in the scene. Sure, there's other people, but there's 2 that I can actively think of, like right off the top of my head.
Absolutely.
And then there's the other hash brands, other growers.
Yeah.
Try to get some of the local reps that help supply some of the shop owners. Just try to get edible brands. Try to bring the community in one area. Yeah. Just so we can kind of like, I feel like this hash cannabis community has like blown up in the past year, like absolutely drastically. And I would like to see like us as a community get on the same frequency, kind of like everyone get on the same mindset, and like on like the sort of vibe that we want for the community, the sort of people that we need to look out for, because looking at other states, if we're not careful with who we let into the community and with what we allow to happen in our community, the community can die out very, very quick. Easily. And Michigan, I love Michigan. Absolutely love it. I take a lot of inspiration from a lot of brands up there, but they're an example of what not to do. Like I'm not throwing any shade on any of the brands. It's just the way their industry went. There's a reason why a lot of the brands in Michigan, they're trying to find other avenues out of it, because the industry kind of went down the drain. Yeah. Like especially for the craft, the small batch, the single source farmers, they went down the drain for them. Like the margins terrible now. It's a race to the bottom. Everyone's cutthroat. Everyone's shitting on this person to try to look better in this person's image or what. Like the community
is gonna be better. It has to be.
I genuinely do feel like it has all the potential in the world, but I would like to, like I say, get on the same frequency. Like there's some things like in Michigan that I saw, like where events like that were very successful, and really a lot of brands that I've talked to up there, there's a lot of great memories from these events that they were at. Like a lot of friends and business partners they were able to connect with. That those event organizers, they broke up. So they became 3 different entities. And whenever one would throw an event, it's like the other 2 would like, fuck him, I'm throwing an event too, just with the sole purpose of trying to screw this person over. When you start getting that happening, and that wasn't just like, that was just one company. I know there's other people who are just like, if this brand's doing it, oh, screw him, I'm doing one the same weekend because mine's going to be bigger and better. What you're doing when you're doing that, you're dividing the community.
That's so damaging.
Everyone loses in that. The vendors who paid money to come and support your event and vend there, they are now getting less access to customers because now those customers are having to choose between which different event. Because sometimes they're a little bit too far spread out for people to go to both of them. Sometimes they're too expensive for people to go to both of them. Sometimes people don't want to go to 2 different events. They just want to go to one shop, and now I'm tired of going home.
Yeah, there
So,
was one day, even here, where it was, I think it was it Elevated Elements weekend? There was Elevated Elements, and then there was another event out by Charlotte, and I was like, oh, it'd be cool to go to both, but that one's 4 hours away, because it was in a weird spot around Charlotte, and I was like, there's no way you could make that happen.
Yeah, and I feel like the community is big enough that we can be very self-sustained. We can support each other. I'm all about connecting with this community with other brands like in Michigan and Maine, stuff like that. Because I like giving credit where credit's due. Like if you're killing it, I want nothing but the best for you. And if
and they're still a small business. They're just in a different
area. Like, and if you're doing things the right way, you can add things that you can you can help benefit the community. People in the community are going to enjoy your product. I have zero problem spreading light on you because I can't hate on someone. I find it very, very hard. It's coming from my athletic background. Like I find it very, very hard to hate on someone who has the same dreams and aspirations I have.
Yeah.
Like, because if you sit down at the table with them, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have way, way more in common, way, way more that you can like actually connect with and bond with than you will realize. But so many people just get so caught up in, oh, he's doing the same thing I'm doing, so he's taking money off my out of my pocket. That's such a childish mindset. Like there's competition in everything in life.
We do better when we lift each other
like
up.
I genuinely community and like I've been telling people, community is what we absolutely like. Unless you're just trying to ride this THCA wave for the couple years that we have it and then move on to the next industry. Like if you're trying to do this for the rest of your life, you're trying to be in the cannabis industry for the rest of your life, you're only going to have that if you have a community. You will not do it solo. You're not going to. I haven't met a single person, not in Michigan, not here in North Carolina, no one. There's not a single person that can do this solo. Because if you're without a community, there will be a time when medical or recreational cannabis comes in, when corporate cannabis comes in, that will be able to outspend us 10 different ways. There's no way we can compete with them. Absolutely. And then they are going to have the ears of the politicians because they are drastically bigger. They put up numbers they put up more jobs, everything. So they bend the ear more to the politicians. They are going to be able to start getting laws and everything in place that favors them instead of the mom and pops that help benefit their business. That it may not in a year or two put you out of business, but 5, 6, 7 years, you just can't compete. Every year you'll slowly lose it down. The only way you can compete with that is with a community that knows why they're supporting something. And I try to tell people, with a community, it's not just throwing big, loud events or all this sort of stuff. Like community is like genuinely about like supporting this person, supporting, like giving back to the community. Sorry.
No, you're good. All of that is
just
super important.
I don't know. I feel like it's genuinely important to like build
Now's the time, right?
Without sounding cheesy, like build like core memory, like moment, like because people are more inclined to fight and support something if like when it comes to the point in time where it's looking like mom and pops are getting pushed out. If those mom and pops like shops or businesses have actually invested back in the community, they've hosted events, they've really given back, and they've been able to provide an area where people have been able to meet new friends, meet potential partners, meet business partners, start up, get new passions in life where they get into the cannabis industry. People are more likely to fight for a community like that, fight for businesses like that, than just a business that every once in a while did some cool deals or like truly do something. Like do something that's giving back to community, because people don't want that to end. And like so like, and without the support of the community, it will end. So like I feel like that's what we need to be doing right now. We need to be working together. If this shop is throwing an event and you had nothing to do with it, it's nothing out of your pocket to give this person to promote this person's event.
Absolutely.
Like it's not going to make
and a share, you know.
It's not going to make the sales in your shop that day any less.
No,
it's just not going to happen. Like it's just like, because that's like they're not throwing in that event every single weekend or something like that. Like
no.
So like it's an occasion, and like you support it and you like shout out and you try to get as many people there because it becomes more memorable events. You get more brands, you get more people. The more people that come to the events, the more memorable it is, more enjoyable it is. And then whenever you throw an event, it's the favors return. That I like to think that shop that you supported would return the favor and support, and then come and show out, maybe sponsor. That's what I feel like I would like to start seeing happen. And like I'm not saying I'm not seeing that happen, but I want to make sure that we stay like on that route. It's like you don't need to be directly involved. Your bank account doesn't need to go up a single cent for you to have to support it. Support somebody, because again, like I said, a lot of us have the same goals in this industry. We want to own our own shop. We want to be work for ourselves, own our own farm, be able to
supply our own weed.
Exactly.
God forbid.
being able to grow the community, being able to inspire other people to do it. Like I can't hate on someone. I can't hate on someone who literally has that same mindset as I do. And again, we don't have to have this.
All the same stuff as you.
Exactly. So
we're probably besties.
Yeah, exactly. If you just like set down the petty squabble aside, like you'll probably get along very, very well. And sometimes you don't have to. But I tell people all the time, I don't have to like everything you do for me to be your friend.
Absolutely.
I've had friends my entire life that I'm like, you're really cool, but you were a dick last night. You were not cool last night, bro. But we're still bros. I'm not disowning you. Like people,
shit happens.
Yeah, like
you have a bad day, I have a bad day.
Exactly,
you know?
and I'd like to see that. Like I like to see that stay with this, like because this community is so new, and we can ride this community building phase because competition is going to come. It's going to be eventually. It's going to be cutthroat. Your bad apples will eventually wiggle their way in or worm their way in. No matter what you do,
capitalism.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, and like that's when the vibe of like the community kind of changes. Let's not rush to that phase. Let's enjoy the honeymoon phase for a little bit longer, where everyone's happy, everyone's succeeding, everyone's genuinely ecstatic the fact that they're able to do something that they've dreamed about doing, because so many of us thought it would be cool in high school to do this for a living, and now we're actually doing this for a living, and let's all enjoy it.
Yeah.
That was you. I was like, it was taboo.
Well, not
actually. I was scared.
It would melt my brain. It would melt my brain, and I would never. My dad was a pastor.
I was definitely raised to hate it, raised to fear it, and all drugs, and consider it as bad as heroin, you know?
I was just
alcohol. It was like
no, alcohol is fine. Do you want to try a sip of my wine?
Right, exactly. There's Sprite in it, like Chardonnay and Sprite mixed together.
See, I was a model athlete in high school, so it wasn't until my senior year in high school that I started like actually smoking weed.
Yeah.
Like I was
out of high school actually, but
I was
like,
old. It was when I quit drinking. I only smoked a handful of times.
Oh,
until, like,
so you went California sober then?
Yeah. And then now I'm so much better.
Yeah. What first got you into smoking?
honestly, my ADHD was always something that I was a terror in high school. If there was mischief
That's
to
why
get
you
into,
did 3 sports.
if I didn't, I would have been dead or in jail 1,000%. Like 1,000%.
Your mom was smart.
Yeah. Like if there was trouble to get into, I found a way to be front and center.
Yeah.
Like there was like I was always into something. But yeah, it helped me be able to like just be chill.
Yeah.
Like I was night and day difference from my junior to senior year. When I started smoking weed, I don't do anything like small. Like when I started smoking weed, I started smoking.
Yeah.
Like I went all in.
I love it.
To where like I didn't do anything not stoned. Like
Yeah.
I got stoned before every wrestling match. I got stoned before every Young Life, which I don't know if you know what Young Life is, but it's like a Christian like after school thing.
Youth group.
Nice.
Hilarious. It was some of my best times in high school stoned. Because like they're like college guys. They're like college guys and girls who are coming. They're like getting like college credits. Because like in Tennessee we had religious like King College and Milligan College. They are Christian-based colleges. So you have people kind of like, I don't know if it's college credit. I think it was a college credit or something like that. But they're like doing like work for like the churches or whatever with like youth groups, and it was fun. Like it was like because they understood. I mean, they're in college, whatever. They understood what I'm doing. But yeah, like I remember some plays where I've never laughed so hard in my life. I'm like, where I literally was told, like, man, you have to leave. Like, I know you're having a good time, but you have to leave.
I love it.
See, and then in high school, I was the one who was like in charge of like one of the Christian clubs. I think I had a VeggieTales.
Head of the VeggieTales. Like,
I came.
I was in like the AP classes. Like I was a nerd.
So like our Powder Puff football game, where it's the girls' football game. I was one of the coaches. Whatever. I came, like I hotboxed for like an hour straight, whatever, like in my car. I came, and my friend I was late, obviously, but my friend like, I think we were like 40 feet from each other, and like he could just see the look on my face, and he said he could smell like from the car, whatever. Like I remember, like I was in the military at this point in time. I got my recruiter came and like. It's called smoking, but it's basically you're doing physical therapy or physical training. What do you like push-ups? Yeah, PT. There you go. Yes. Wow, I'm not stoned enough. That's what I did PT for like an hour and a half. I don't even remember it.
Oh yeah.
I was so baked out of my mind.
I love it.
It's where like the phrase "hanging onto the grass, trying not to fall off the earth" came from. So I was trying to describe it to my friends. I was like, I don't remember anything. I just remember trying not to die.
Oh my god.
That was me the first time I took a dab. And you're like, it'll be fine, this is it. And I'm like, this is our first date too. I'm like, okay, and then I'm like, I can't. I'm dead.
See, I did my first dab, I taught myself. So I did such a small dab that I didn't feel shit. I was such a smoker. I was like, I'm so scared. And then I did a tiny little dab that was like tinier than a grain of rice, or maybe like half, right? Yeah. And then I was like, what is this? This is nothing. Why is everybody so hyped?
Yeah.
And it's because you get that asshole friend who loads you up with a friggin' pea-sized jab, and they're like, "You can handle this. I do that every day." And it's like, you do that every day because you practiced, my guy.
When I first started cooking, it would be like a grain of rice of flour was enough to get me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has such,
Like, it
a
was-
pathetic tolerance. I was
Yeah.
like, what is
Some
this?
people that come
I was
in
like,
the
you're not gonna be able to
cafe
come
are
to my.
like
You can't
All
hang
I
with me and my
did was
friends.
drink growing up, okay? Like, alcohol,
can't
my
hang.
tolerance was way better.
No, I Jamie told her, I was like, you're gonna come to a sesh and you're gonna
Yeah.
be 20 minutes into it and you're gonna be wanting to go home.
Like,
Gone.
fall
Yeah.
asleep, yeah. I literally had to take a nap to stay up this late today. Like, I'm
Oh
old.
my gosh, yeah. I love
I
it.
don't think you understand. Everything past 35, it's like, no, don't do that.
So going back onto the events we were talking about, the first secret session is going to be very much a just basically brands,
Yeah.
and then the next one we do, I would like to do them like every 3 months, 3 to 4 months,
That's a good time.
4 months at the most. Again, like try to make it a little bit like more of an event each time. That way I can also time it with a drop, where I'm having like a drop, because I know some people have asked me if I'm ever doing any evening events. I don't really do. I haven't done any this year. I don't really have any plans to do any this year, just because I like working with the shops. I like working with my reps. And it helps me be able to keep more time on the actual farm.
Yeah.
Where I feel like
planning parties a lot, and that is what it is,
It's a
right?
lot
You're
of work.
planning a whole party for everybody to enjoy, and then you have to think about
Snacks.
the snacks, and
And
then
bathrooms also, like,
bathrooms.
you don't think about this at first, but
parking, like
parking.
for, but yeah, so that's why like every 3 months that gives me time to be able to still take care of the farm, and also like. Because the way I want to set up the secret session is invite only. So everyone who gets, I invite. Because the first one's going to be here at the house. I'm just going to do a nice little cookout barbecue. We're probably
the best space.
I might time it with like a fight night, like that. So like the guys go out there and like watch like a fight night session out there. And, like, I don't know, or maybe like something like that. Because we're going to get a 4K projector.
Nice.
Yeah,
a 4K projector.
Oh yeah, I'm going all out. I'm going all out on it. We need to see the blood on the fight screen. But yeah, so like everyone I invite to the first one, which again, like it's going to be probably like 40, 50 people that we're going to invite to this first one.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to get a +1 to the next one.
Oh, cool.
So the events will grow.
They'll grow. Yeah, I like that.
So that way, and I know I'm kind of giving away secret information, but again, like I said, I don't like to tiptoe over conversations.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm restraining myself, and then to me, it doesn't feel like a free-flowing conversation. I don't enjoy them if they're not free-flowing. Like I feel like
I love
it feels censored, and I don't like it's not. Yeah, it feels less authentic. So, what I'd like to do is get like a cannabis festival. Eventually here, like a multi-day festival, but
yes, please.
It's going to take time. It's going to take time. Like,
I want a booth.
I'd like to get it. I'd also like to see a competition. I'd like to see a competition happen here, but
that sounds
learning
awesome.
from other competitions I've seen that kind of jumped up and became a money grab because they didn't do the legwork they needed to beforehand. I want the secret sessions to lead into the competition. I want the community to grow. So the awareness of it, because some people just try and come out the gate and try to throw a competition, and then now they're charging the competitors a lot of money. They're charging and then they might get 150 people show up, and now it's not. And now like they're trying to do too much at one time. They're trying to promote and get as many ticket sales as they possibly can because they haven't spread the awareness about who they even are, and they're not putting in the work for the competition. And now all these farmers who are to go to a competition for some of these farms, man, it's thousands of dollars.
Oh my gosh.
So like some of them you're having to put in
sure.
to like a half ounce to an ounce of product. So that's anywhere. That's for some brands. That's an ounce of product. That's $1,400.
Well, if you're only growing like 2 plants,
Yeah.
Or,
well, no. So most of these brands aren't throwing in like a lot of these bigger name brands, but like. They're throwing like an ounce of product. And all of these bigger name brands, That's an ounce of their top tier.
Yeah.
Their primo, their head stash stuff. So that's $1,600 an ounce. What they would like. So that's anywhere $1,800 to $1,600 worth of product that they're putting in for that. Now the travel costs. Now the hotel, and then they usually have a team coming with them, food, and then on top of that, they if they're coming, they have to have someone watching their farm for them.
Yeah.
And it's a multi-day thing. So and if if they do all that and they're out like $5-6 grand, and the competition's a shit show, it was not well written.
And that is huge. You got to make sure everybody gets taken care of.
For all I know, from what I heard, they threw all our names in a hat, and I'm the lucky one who got my name pulled out. Like genuinely, it's just because.
So it was just as lucky as when I won the giveaway, like the big giveaway.
I genuinely, and like that is so wrong, because I had a lot of friends who competed there, and I know how hard they were crushing it, and I tried some of their jars.
Yeah.
Red Runts was one of them. Like, it was phenomenal.
I'm gonna smell it.
Oh shit! I'm over there saying stuff. Whatever.
We'll bleep it.
But yes, shout out to Deep Stroke.
I actually won the sweatshirt at the Melted Heads.
Phenomenal brand. That guy never misses.
Like, I think it was called White Cheddar. It was at the Terp Traders event. Somebody had a jar of it. It was phenomenal. That's
Terp style.
I think that was Terp style?
White Cheddar sounds like a Terp style.
It was something cheese, but I was told it was the Deep Stroke. But maybe my source is off.
I genuinely don't know.
I genuinely don't remember. I was told, and then I did the dab, and it left my brain.
I know Terp Style's gone to a couple of those events.
This was like somebody brought their personal stash.
Oh,
like somebody gave me like a personal.
That very well might have been it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like it wasn't well written, and even though it did well for my business, and I've obviously won things from it, I still it doesn't carry a lot of weight. Yeah. So like because of that, I'm actually looking at entering in the same exact entry, the same exact strain, Poontang Pie, into the main Culture Cup. I've got to wash it, see how it comes out, see if it's as comparable as the one I entered, because the submission I entered, I was very, very happy with, but I wasn't expecting first. Like, it was my first time entering in Sun Grown, so like I genuinely didn't believe him, because I didn't go. I sent my rep there, and then like he called me. He he FaceTimed me, and there was people like Cloris.
You won.
Cloris Floor, like they were all there, so you won. I was like, shut up, stop lying.
That's crazy.
So so like it blew me away. But so like what I want to do with to avoid like the money grab, so I can put the time and attention into the competition, because that would be my first time doing a competition. I want to grow the attendance part of it through the secret sessions. Like the community, also the community will grow exponentially from that. They'll know about it, because as I do, I like to do
everybody's gonna want to be in on it. Once
they come to the first one, or the second one, the third one, and the fourth. Because I like to get 2 or 3 underneath. Or no, I like to get 3 or 4, because the first one's gonna be just the brands. I like to get like 2 or 3 other events where we're actually doing ticket sales, because we will do ticket sales at the door, but you have to like everyone who comes to the first one, we're going to give them like a +1 invite, like a card or something that you can give to someone, so when they show up to the front door, we'll give you a ticket. So like
that's cool.
So the venue is going to have to grow each time, because what we have for 100 people is going to be too small or potentially too small for 200 or 300.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I was going to say too, we do also want to do some kind of focused events that are more kind of female focused.
That's not what the secret sessions I'm doing. The secret sessions are like the precursor to like a competition.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because after like I get 3, 4 events there, hopefully we're turning up like attendance of like 300-400 people, because if everyone's getting a +1, hopefully they're giving a +1 to someone who's coming.
Yeah,
like someone who's actually coming to the event,
and hype it up.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure, like it'll.
Well, honestly, it doesn't even have to be hype, because we won't advertise it.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna like blast it on Instagram. We're like, because we want it to be a safe space.
Yeah.
We want to make sure, which I mean, in this area, we're pretty safe.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
like, just because, like, just in
Absolutely.
case, we want to make sure it stays tight knit. And then if everything goes well, I'd like to see like a competition in this area, because you have a lot of brands who are trying to get into this area anyways. They're trying to get in with storefronts. Well, come here and compete.
Yeah.
Come here and compete. Get in touch with every single storefront that you can possibly get in touch with. Like, and like
absolutely.
kind of like, and like that's only going to help the
opportunity.
community here, because you're going to be bringing people from out of state, but now
people are like, we have so many people from out of state.
Those people from out of state, they have fans all over too. They have fans from. There might be people from Maine that have fans in Florida. And Florida is like, man, I'm not driving up to Maine. But they hear that something is in North Carolina. Okay, it's drastically closer now. And not only are they meeting their fan favorite brand, but now they're able to meet 4 or 5 other brands they've never had a chance to meet before.
Yeah.
So will bring more people to our area. And that through that will help build the scene. Through that, the community builds stronger. It's just taking it step by step. Yeah. And that's like that's what we're really, really excited about starting to build over the next coming couple years. Because we've been wanting to, but like I said, moving has it makes it hard.
There's a lot of things that happened all at once.
Life really does like to throw everything at you.
Yes, it does. It does.
Be adapt.
Always. If you don't, you just stay stagnant,
Yeah.
A lot of my friends graduated the year before.
Yeah.
So I was hanging out with a lot of freshmen in college. Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So I was going to like fraternity, because a lot of my friends, they were either pledging or rushing, or they were like their first year like in a fraternity. So I was going to fraternity like parties. It was enough drinking for me that I just lost all taste of it. I was like, this sucks. I have to be in the mood to drink. Yeah. Like, I have to be in the mood. And that's
I'm kind of getting there. I'm usually a social drinker, but even then I'm like, nah, I'll go with the Shirley Temple. Give me the drink without liquor in it. But like, I drank a decent amount. Like, when I turned 21, I would have my friend over like every weekend and we would get drunk. It was a whole thing. And then when I started getting the gluten stuff and getting sick all the time, if I drank on top of that, and then like not knowing which alcohols were gluten, and that was a whole problem. But even just drinking alcohol in general, if I'm glutened, I get extra sick and sensitive to it. Yeah. But if I'm not glutened, I'm fine. So it's just like one of those things that I have to like, am I sick enough from gluten this week to drink? And it's like, that's too much thinking.
No, I don't have to. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
My one thing was like wine. I always drink wine. And
I'm gonna try this.
Joe's had like the
I love it. It's got me. It's got me wanting to. There's been so many Red Runch Cross because of Roxanne is a Red Runch Cross, and Red Runch is literally Big Mike Exotic Genetics. Yeah. So it's got me wanting to buy. That's literally how I hunt my strains. Yeah. Like I find my strains. Like I find strains like jars I like from multiple brands so much. I'm like, okay, this strain is phenomenal. I gotta hunt it myself. Yeah, let's get a Tennessee Terp Farmer label on that. Exactly. Profile. I mean, I'm not opposed to cuts. I will get a cut like the Poontang Pie. That's a cut because I could not find a pack of seeds. I looked for like 7-8 months. I was asking everybody. No one had a pack of seeds for sale. Oh my gosh. So I was like, fine. Does anyone have a cut? It took me a little bit, but I finally found someone in Oregon, which I need to get a cut back from because through the move here, I thought I cloned it, and I didn't. Oh, I didn't clone it. So I technically, the Poontang Pie that I might be competing with, the main Culture Cup, is lost as of now. Oh my gosh. But I can still potentially get a hold of him and get him to send me the cut again. Knock on wood. Yeah, I hope so. But it's a little spicy. Yeah, a little spicy. But yeah, if not, it's not the end of the world. I'm always hunting things. Like I popped 240 seeds, 44 seeds actually this year. Oh my gosh! Last year I popped just over 1,300.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was.
Out of seeds?
Yeah, it was nuts.
It was too much.
That's insane.
Yeah, way too much. I got outdoor happy.
Yeah.
It was my first time getting back outdoor. I was like, I got so much space. So I popped every fucking seed.
And I'm sitting there going, I was like, this is too much.
But also, like, I wasn't counting when I was popping them. I was just pulling out packs. And then after I was done popping them, I was like, I think I popped like 700. When I got to like 1,000, I was like, oh my God. Like, what have I done?
Oh my God.
But yeah, so like 244 was way. That's still, like, I shouldn't have popped that many with a new property. Like, because I have a bunch of plants in 1 gallon that I'm going to have to throw them in 5-gallon pots just because I don't have the space for them right now. Yeah. I don't have the space and I don't have the money to invest on soil right now. I have to invest on the washroom and the new indoor room.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
set back up and then go from there for sure.
So like, yeah, there's just
delicious.
Oh, the red runts?
Yeah.
It's so good.
The flavor on that was the most, like, the strongest one, I think, out of all of them. Oh, no, that skunky one was very skunky. I lied. I forgot.
Breadwinner is really, really good. He kills it.
Dude. I mean, none of these are bad.
Shout out to Bot Farms and to Deep Stroke.
Yes, absolutely.
That's it. There's more questions. Feel free.
Yeah.
I know some of my answers trail into very, very long answers. So sorry about that.
We're hitting a lot of good points here, but
I'm gonna spark up a joint.
Yeah. And if you want to roll one out of that, feel free to. Like,
so I don't actually roll.
Oh.
I have little cones. But
nice.
I would love to
if
definitely.
You want to. Yeah.
I would love to for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to do like 2 of them and have one for later too,
I appreciate it.
I'm here to share like as much as I can, you know.
Usually I would have a lot more of my own, like rosin.
Yeah.
So we would be sitting here and I would just be offering dabs. I don't right now, but once I'm through with this drop, I definitely plan on having.
Yeah. No, I mean
my head stash has been at an all-time low.
On the pod, you know, we can do like episodes specific on terpenes and stuff, and we can go really deep into it. I'd love to do more education stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you like help me walk through my plants and stuff like that? Like, there's a lot more we can do for sure. But
I love to help in any way I can. Like I always tell people,
awesome.
I'm not an expert by any means. I'm not gonna sit there and say like my way is the best way. My way for me, it's just easy because I'm not going to sit there and say, like, there's some people, Team No-Till.
Phenomenal.
Absolutely blows me away with how much he does, like, in a day. Like, I flat out tell you, I don't do as much as he does in a day. Right? It doesn't. I do a decent amount, but there's some people that they put in so much more work. And I'm not even just saying just like with like how they grow, just everything that they're doing in the day. I'm someone that I'm trying more and more not to kill myself. So there was a time when I was working 12 hours a day, nonstop, every single day, and my body just started taking a toll. I started feeling it. I'm too young.
Yeah.
Too young to be feeling the way.
Sustainable.
Yeah. No, it's not. Like and quickly realizing if my body gives out on me, the business kind of
that's it.
Exactly.
Like,
I can only do so much.
Yeah, can't work the farm in a wheelchair.
No. So like it's
you definitely have to make sure you take care of yourself first. That's farming step 1, take care of the body.
Yeah, so like that's why like I mean I get a good amount of sleep.
Yeah.
Like each night. Like there's some
You have to. That's one thing I never fail on. I'm in bed by like 9 or 10 o'clock most nights.
I'm getting 8 hours.
Right? Like,
if it's past 8:30, 9, 10 o'clock, I'm dead. Like, I'm literally trying to keep my eyes open. He's wide awake at that point. We have
my sleep schedule right now is messed up.
We have,
I'm always getting like 8 hours. Like it was just like I don't know. Like, but that's why I say like I'm not like I put in like a lot of work into this, but it's not something to where I don't know. I tell people if I can do it, I promise you anyone can do it. Promise you anyone can.
Especially how you've set it up with the solar lights and like how
Yeah, like it's just granted it's been like lessons learned over years, but like I'm not the most knowledgeable grower. I'm not the most well-funded grower. I'm not the I don't have the best connections or whatever.
You're also
but
teaching it. That's not something that a lot of people offer.
I think that's the best way to do it because like we want more people educated on how it's actually done.
Yeah.
And what because those are the people that whenever it comes time for the looking at the legalization bills, they know what the fuck like they're the ones that are going to be able to find out what this bill is looking like, not just the person who just goes to the shop, buys weed, and then works there. I'm not saying you have to be in the industry, you have to be a grower or whatever to, but
it unlocks a lot of doors.
Yeah, like,
I have to say, I did not. It is amazing the level of education. And just like if you're open to it when you start a cannabis job and you start the right cannabis job, you can learn a lot. Because I bumped the mic. I was not.
I do that a couple times
I'm
too.
a professional. Like working at Kefi, like they have given me so many opportunities to learn. They're continuing to give us opportunities to learn. Like they just recently talked about some more education opportunities that they're offering us that we got to sign up
That's
for.
why I was really excited to hear that they were. I want to do another live pressing seminar.
Yes,
I liked it a lot. I would like to.
I'm pushing for another Elevated Elements. That was a bomb event. I think a lot of people had a really good time.
I had a blast. The only thing I can say is maybe a couple less vendors, and so it
was a little tight.
Because like if it wasn't as tight, I would offer people to be able to take fresh pressed dabs right off the plate. But I was nervous with where I was standing at with people having their rigs and I was able to do it with I'm forgetting the owner Bobby. I was able to do it with Bobby and tried it with Mike. Mike was a little bit he didn't quite get there in time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean I'm not the best. Like I've only done live press dab myself like twice.
Yeah.
Just because I'm always doing it solo.
Well, you learn, right?
It's hard. It's hard for me to be keeping the rosin flowing, get my banger. Like I'm a mess when I'm doing like trying to do too much. But yeah, I would love to like do another event where I'm doing a live press demonstration and have people be able to come up with a rig or have a rig with like multiple heaters ready. So like there's always like a banger ready so people.
I wonder. So we'll have to talk more, but in Hendersonville at Kefi, we have a parking lot. And I mean, if the employees just parked somewhere else for the day, which is possible, like there's street parking and other parking in Hendersonville. But we could it's only like 4 spots, but 4 parking spots could be a couple of booths for vendors. Like I'm sure we could throw. If we had to do
I was telling Josh, Little Shop of Flowers, I was like,
he's got the best spot.
I was like, what you need to get a carnival tent. You need to get a carnival tent that you can fucking hammer that into the ground. It stays up. You get a little stage set up at your slide. You throw something. That's something to where you could throw like a small something like once a month.
Have a small band come in and play.
Exactly. Like I play at night.
Local band.
But you can drop the sides on that to where you don't have the wind cutting through.
And Hot Dog King right fucking there. Like go grab your joint, go grab your hot dog and listen to some live music.
Because now what you're doing, you're offering something new to do. Something
and unique.
Like a consumption lounge. So that's why I'm really excited about what the Golden Goat's doing. There is not a lot of places for stoners just to meet up. Like on an everyday thing, just to meet up and be able to meet new stoners, be able to sit down like openly.
You should come to the Kefikana Lounge too.
I would love to.
Yeah.
I really would. Like I think having that is like huge. But like that's why I say like the carnival tent. The carnival tent is something that we could definitely make, because they make them where they have those heavy duty sidewalls.
Yeah.
So if we needed to, we could set up a tent out there, and I could do the live pressing out there where it would be very, very easy to have like a line of people like ready to take a dab.
Absolutely. And back on Golden Goat, I did go to their event. I believe it was the first event with the music. They had
recently, right?
Yeah.
I saw that I saw it like literally the night before, and I was like, I can't.
Yeah, I ended up getting lucky. I had a doctor's appointment, so I had to switch my shift anyways. So I went from the doctor's appointment over there. It was a good time. Yeah. And the lounge is really cute. I love the whole space.
Looks awesome.
Oh my god.
It's like all golden out. Yeah, I was like, dude, that is such a sick bathroom. So
he went all out, and it looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, he even with the rigs, he gave you a little trash can and a little Q-tip container.
They put a lot of time into
classy.
it. They did it right. They didn't rush anything, and I respect that, because I mean, I know I'm in like a chat group with them. I know all of us in the chat group. When are you gonna let us come over and sesh? When are you opening it up? Come on, bro.
Yeah.
We were hitting him up, and he was just, it'll be ready when it's ready. So I respect that, because I know people coming into a shop and definitely have to be hitting them up.
They've been itching for it. I met one of the customers, and they're like, "We've been waiting. We've been here since day one, and we've been waiting for this lounge to open up and telling them to do it for years." And I'm sure everybody wants this kind of thing, right?
But
finally doing it,
and doing it right,
in Swannanoa, bringing a crowd to that community is gonna be awesome.
Because once it's open and being used, it's so much harder to do something like that.
Yeah.
Because now, I don't know. Like, for some people, it's not. There's some people, they have no problem shutting the shit down and then making renovations. But some people, they don't want to disrupt a flow of things. And I understand that.
Oh, yeah. Disrupting the flow really can mess with you, for sure.
Yeah, so respect for them taking their time and doing it right. I can't wait to actually... I've gone, hung out on that side, but not since it's been open.
Wait, before we do this...
Yeah, no problem.
Plug yourself and anything you would like the listeners to know about before we go.
I mean, I don't really have much coming up besides some competitions. My next competition I'm doing is the Maine Culture Cup in August. I don't know if it's open to the public, because I know that's very much focused on the competition.
Yeah.
They're
that's good, though.
Yes, I highly respect that, because they're not trying to do a money grab. The event is as big as they want it to get. It could get huge if they open it up, but I'm pretty sure, they make it a point to keep it tight knit, and it's just a really enjoyable experience. If you can get to that, which I'm pretty sure they are doing some ticket sales, but they're not advertising ticket sales. But I'm gonna try to get a crew of people from the Asheville area.
When in August?
Maine.
The 21st and the 22nd.
21st.
Yeah.
I'll write it down. I actually have family in Maine.
It'd be a great place to get content. There's going to be a lot of different brands, so it'd be a great place to meet people, get content, stuff like that.
No, absolutely. Awesome. Well, we'll make sure to plug all your events on the Stonery when
I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, mainly...
We'll follow him on Instagram.
As of right now, the events that I'm looking at doing is anything local. I'm just trying to support, next Skyland event, I'll definitely be there.
Yeah,
next time Golden Goat.
Our planned girlies who smoke sesh or something.
Yes,
I
want to have a Bob Ross paint night.
Bob Ross paint night.
And
I love it.
We have our movie theater set up out in our woods with twinkle lights and tiki torches, and just girls only. Smoke outside. Everyone has a little easel, and we can just pick a really good Bob Ross YouTube, and everyone can just chill.
Yeah.
We'll have snacks. Good snacks.
Good snacks.
Charcuterie board snacks.
Food's always essential. Yeah.
And it's been amazing. Holy crap! I wasn't expecting to be fed.
Food's I genuinely feel like food's the fastest way to kill the vibe of an event. If people get hungry, there's just some people who they can be the nicest people in the world, but when they get hangry, they are dicks, and they're impossible.
I'm the person.
They're impossible to please. There's nothing
Just ask my sister.
There's no amount of terp they can smoke. There's nothing that's going to brighten their day because they're hungry.
Yeah,
and they can't get it out of their head that they travel to an event and they're hungry. So Food for thought
I'm
for
that
any
way.
event, any future events. I would highly recommend making food one of the top 3 things you focus on.
I agree.
Just
100%.
just like if you have people who are hungry, you're going to have people who are going to not have the best of time. And as someone who's run events, you want there never to be a moment where someone's like
I'm starving.
looking at the door. You want
Where's the food?
yes.
Yeah.
You want it to be memorable in all the best reasons, not memorable because oh yeah, it was fun, but I got a cheese sandwich, or they served powdered donuts and bagels.
Yeah.
Like when you advertise breakfast, like
yeah,
that's
breakfast.
that's the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum.
Yeah,
facts. We've kind of gotten to the point with this industry, especially the hash industry, like hash side of things. The bare minimum is not really accepted anymore. Like you got.
No, it shouldn't be.
Like we're all making an experience because some people
paying a lot of money,
and some people like even if just like a customer. Some people they got one event. They got one event they can take off work for the year.
Yeah.
Like they got a small amount of money to put towards something. If they're gonna choose your event to make that their one and only or their very rare occasion, don't shit the bed. Don't shit the bed for them. Like make it memorable because they will be drastically more likely to come back and bring more people because that one vacation moment they had or vacation like moment they had was highly memorable. It was very very fun. That's how you get people forever fans.
Absolutely. 100% agree with you. Thank you so much for coming.
No problem. Thank you for coming and doing it.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out.
It's pie time.
Yes.
This is my plug myself section where you get to hear about all the things I do. So I am on Etsy. I have a little Etsy shop if you check out my link tree. And I make a lot of different things. I make this plush, Nug plush. I have them at Kefikana as well. But I make this Nug plush. This one is going on my Etsy tonight if I can help it. Swear to God. Next, on the crochet list, I do these little vape lanyards. I got these little mushrooms. They're really cute little guys. And the top of it slides up and down to reveal your vape. This guy is Cherry Tart's Swole Vape. And there's a hidden little, like, lanyard to hang on to. It's nice. I also do these little bong scarves that have these crochet lighter pockets. It fits. That's crazy. Okay, so my little toker poker and lighter fit in this bong scarf. And it just sits on your bong and holds your lighter. So I have those in a couple of colors. I have the smaller Nug Buddies. Some of these have eyes, some don't. But these guys are really cute. They're tiny little Nug plushies. A couple different greens. And I also have a lanyard for my Puffco. So I call it the Puff Go, and I can probably make one for any Puffco product. I have a proxy. I have an old proxy, but it's the dimensions of the proxy core are not that different. They're just the proxy without the pipe part. So I can do the proxy, the Peak Pro. The Peak and the Peak Pro are the same. And the pivot we have at work, so I could do it for that. I could do one for the Dr. Dabber Go, or not Go, the Dr. Dabber. What's the small Dr. Dabber called? We have it at Kefi. We just got it though, so that's why I don't need it. Or I don't, that's why I don't have the name of it. Either way, that's my Puff Go. It's a little lanyard, if I can get it on, just like the mushroom. So it hangs there. I've been wanting to modify it so that it hangs a little bit higher up because it's really low down and I don't think that's working. But maybe if you have a longer torso, you would want that longer like chain. So you could always just let me know in a message or something that you would want something modified and I can probably have that done as well. I'm very much open to custom crochet products. If you have an idea or you see a pattern you want done, I'm currently working on a commission right now, and hopefully I will get that wrapped up in the morning. I haven't yet, but it is a apron for collecting chicken eggs, and it looks like chickens, so it's gonna be really cute when it's done. And yeah, so that is it for crochet. In terms of other crafts, I really would love to do more, but right now I only do one. Well, technically two. I've made a bong, and I have a bong for sale if anybody wants it. Um, it's a liquor bottle bong. I can make more. I've just been wanting to go thrift some cool jars and stuff instead of the liquor bottles. But so my next thing is I've been making these ashtrays. This is one pink, this purple one, and I have this one. If you have any ideas, you want any customs, any of that stuff, please check me out. Also, you can visit me, like I said, at Cafe Kana in Hendersonville. I work there nights, usually. Sometimes I open on the weekends, but usually I'm there nights. And my schedule's a little bit scattered. It's not too regular, but if you hit me up on Instagram, I'll tell you if I'm working or not on that day. But anyone on our staff in Hendersonville or Rutherfordton will be able to help you in a very similar way that I will be able to at Kefi, and I highly recommend the experience, whether I'm there or not. It is a great time. I personally still go in and smoke. I thought about it tonight, but I've run out of time tonight. It's 9 o'clock. They're closing. I wanted to let you guys know that I have a Patreon page for the podcast. I'm still tweaking it. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. Here's how the tiers stack up to each other. Remember, every tier after the first tier is going to have everything I included in the previous tiers. So if you're a big stoner, you will get everything the little stoner gets, and also what the big stoner gets. So for the little stoner, we are giving live streams for reviews, any sort of like party thing that I'm doing with my friends. You'll be invited to the live event for it. We'll host little giveaways and stuff, just like a bunch of different lives. Hopefully, at least one, probably a couple throughout the month. But yeah, that one is $1 a month. It is just to support me, just to kind of keep in the loop of everything going on. For the Big Stoner tier, it is $5 a month, and you'll get the live stream access as well. You'll get a free sticker, and I'll shout you out on the podcast. I'll throw in a little segment at the end that I record, an update depending on who's a big stoner at the time, and it'll be a grand old time. For the VIP stoner, it is $10 a month. And this one, you get all that other stuff, and you get to pick a product for me to review. Has to be in that $40 range. If it is rosin, I might be flexible, just let me know. But one of those things where if it's around $40, 100% it's doable, I will do it. If it's not, we can go back and forth, and it may take me a little longer to save up and budget for, but I will get it done. As long as it's not $1 million. Either way, that one is $10 a month. The premium stoner tier is $15 a month, and you get all those things. You'll get a free item from my Etsy shop under $30 on me. I appreciate you. I want to say thank you. This happens once when you sign up as Premium Stoner. It will not happen again if you leave and sign up as a Premium Stoner. I can't afford to give away a bunch of shit all the time. It is just one of those things where I wanted to say I appreciate you for going out of your way to spend this much on me. Thank you. And maybe there will be Premium Stoner exclusive giveaways. Floating that idea out here. So, we'll see. The Elite Stoner. This is our $20 a month. You gotta be making all sorts of money to afford this one, especially on top of your other bills. But for this one, you get everything else, including that custom free item, and you can get an interview on the podcast. Now, right now, you can get an interview by asking to be on the podcast, especially if you're good business. I want to have as many good businesses on here as possible. So if you want to be on the podcast, just DM me. But in the future, and the future's coming quick because I worked 2 jobs and I do the podcast. In the future, it's going to be really hard for me to work on my schedule. I'm going to need to like shift things around a lot or call out of things or schedule days off through my work. So it's going to be really hard to get on the podcast, especially if you're a regular Joe. And if you want to do that and get on the podcast, easy, no questions asked. We'll set up an interview real quick. I'll make it a high priority. And yeah. Let me know what you think, guys. If you think I need to update anything, if you would add something, or if you think it'd be easy to add something. These are just kind of the first version of this. It's not even the first version because I had it set up differently before, but this is just my most recent update, I guess. But yeah, so thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for everything. I really have been enjoying doing this. I really enjoy the cannabis community, and I'm really excited to meet more of the cannabis community and learn more about cannabis because I'm still learning so much every day. You guys teach me every day. Google teaches me every day. I need to start taking some classes, I think. Have a good day and stay medicated, everyone.